Hello everyone, I am Srisha. Welcome back to Creative Math 07. In my previous video, we learned how to find the mean using assumed mean method. If you haven't watched it yet, be sure to check it out. Today, in this video, we will be exploring how to find the mean using step deviation method. Let's get started. But before we jump into solving problem, let's first go through what is the step deviation method and the steps involved in the step deviation method. Step deviation method. It is a technique used in statistics to calculate the mean of a set of data, especially when the data is grouped into class intervals. It simplifies the process of finding the mean by using a step value that helps manage large numbers. Now, let us see the steps to find the mean using step deviation method. Step 1. Find the class marks, also known as midpoints. For each class interval, to calculate the midpoint, use the formula class mark is equal to upper class limit plus lower class limit divided by 2. You can label this column as xi. Step 2. Choose an assumed mean. Pick a convenient number from the midpoints and label it as a, which is called as assumed mean. This can be the middle value or any number close to it. Step 3. Find the deviations. For each class mark, subtract a to get the deviation. The formula for deviations is di is equal to xi minus a, where xi is the class mark and a is the assumed mean. In the assumed mean method, after finding deviations, we multiply the frequency by the deviations and continue the sum. Whereas in step deviation method, to make calculation easier, you divide each deviation by a constant called the step size and label it as h. Step 4. Calculate h. To calculate h, the formula is h is equal to upper limit minus lower limit, which is the same for all the classes. Step 5. Calculate ui is equal to xi minus a by h for each class, where xi minus a are deviations and h is the class size. Step 6. Calculate fi ui for each class. So multiply the frequency fi and ui to get fi ui. Step 7. Find the sum of all frequencies. Summation fi. This is the sum of all frequencies. The value in the frequency column is added together to get the total frequency. We can also denote it by capital N. Step 8. Calculate summation fi ui. This is the sum of product of frequencies and ui column to get summation fi ui. Step 9. The formula for step deviation method is x bar is equal to a plus h into summation fi ui divided by summation fi. Now let us see an example. Calculate the mean of the following distribution using the step deviation method. So first, consider the class intervals column. Next, consider the number of students and label it as fi. Now we need to find the midpoints. To find the midpoints, we use the formula upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. So here we have 25 plus 10, that is 35 divided by 2. If you simplify, you get 17.5. 40 plus 25 divided by 2, 65 divided by 2. If you simplify, you get 32.5. Similarly, you can find the midpoints for the remaining class intervals. Now, we have to choose an assumed mean from the xi column, that is the midpoint column. Here, 47.5 is our assumed mean. Now, we need to create a column for deviations. To find the deviations, subtract assumed mean, that is a, from the midpoint, that is xi. Here, we have 17.5 minus 47.5. If you have a positive sign and a negative sign, you have to choose the operation subtraction. So, if you subtract 47.5 minus 17.5, you get 30. Put the sign of the larger number. Here 47.5 is the larger number. So, the result is minus 30. Second deviation, 32.5 minus 47.5. You get minus 15. For the next deviation, 47.5 minus 47.5. You will get 0. So, similarly, you can find the remaining deviations. Now we have to find h, that is class size. To find h, we use the formula upper limit minus lower limit. Here, upper limit is 25, lower limit is 10. So h is equal to 25 minus 10. That is h is equal to 15. The class size h is same for the remaining class intervals. Now we have to calculate ui. That is ui is equal to xi minus a divided by h for each class. So here minus 30 divided by 15. If you calculate, you get minus 2. Minus 15 divided by 15, you get minus 1. 0 divided by 15, you get 0. Similarly, you can find the remaining. Now we have to multiply the frequencies, that is Fi and Ui column, to get Fi Ui. So here you multiply 2 into minus 2. In the frequency column you have 2, in the Ui column you have minus 2. So 2 into minus 2. Plus into minus is minus, 2 into 2 is 4. The next one, 3 into minus 1. 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. Similarly, you can find the remaining. Now find the sum of all frequencies. If you add all the values in the frequency column, you will get 30. Now we have to add the values in Fi column to get summation Fi. Here you can add the negative values. If you add 4 and 3, you get 7. Put a negative sign, minus 7. Now you can add all the positive values, that is 6 plus 12 plus 18. You get 36. If you have a negative sign and a positive sign, we have to choose subtraction. So minus 7 plus 36. So subtract. 36 minus 7, you get 29. Put the sign of the larger number. Here 36 is the larger number, so you get a positive sign. So summation Fi is equal to 29. Here we have A is equal to 47.5, H is equal to 15, summation Fi is equal to 30, summation Fi is equal to 29. So now we have to substitute all these values in the formula. The formula for step deviation method is x bar is equal to A plus H into summation Fi divided by summation Fi. So x bar is equal to A 47.5 plus H 15 into summation Fi 29 divided by summation Fi, that is 30. So 15, 2 times 30, you can cancel. You will get x bar is equal to 47.5 plus 29 divided by 2. If you divide 29 by 2, you will get 14.5. So x bar is equal to 47.5 plus 14.5. If you add 47.5 plus 14.5, you get 62. So x bar equal to 62. The mean for the given frequency distribution is 62. So in this way we find the mean by using step deviation method. I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more.